You ever look at your bank account after a big payday and still feel anxious? You bought the thing, you hit the goal, you climbed the ladder, but somehow you still feel like you're sinking, quietly, inside. Why does it feel like the more money you make, the more empty you feel? Why does success come with pressure instead of peace? And if you've ever thought, maybe I'm just broken, you're not. But you've been taught the wrong idea about money. Stay with me, because once you see this, you'll never see money or yourself the same way again. Since we were kids, we were taught, without saying it out loud, that money is the answer. We watched tired parents fight over bills. We saw the rich get praised and the poor get blamed. We learned that success looks like bigger houses, better clothes, smiling faces. So we made a quiet promise to ourselves. One day, I'll have money, and when I do, I'll feel safe. I'll be enough, but nobody told us what happens after we get it. Because here's the hard truth. Money doesn't fix what's broken inside. It just gives you better tools to hide it, and so you chase more, hoping the next paycheck, the next upgrade, the next win will finally heal what's hurting. But healing doesn't work like that, because peace of mind isn't sold. It's built from within. I remember the first time I felt rich. Not millionaire rich, just rich for me. I had just closed a big deal, more money than I'd ever seen hit my account. I was proud. I felt powerful. I'd made it. Or at least, I thought I was finally stepping into the life I always dreamed about. So what did I do? I bought stuff, new phone, quality sushi at 11:30 p.m., booked a spontaneous trip, posted a picture, and that night, lying in bed, I was smiling. But something felt weird. There was a silence, not peaceful silence. The kind that echoes. There was something missing. The money was there. The things were there. But that little voice, the one that always said, "You're not enough yet," it was still there, louder, because now I had no excuse. I'd done everything right, achieved everything I thought would make me feel okay, and I still didn't feel okay. That was the night I realized this wasn't about money anymore. It was about me. Let's get honest. Emotional spending isn't just about impulsively buying things on a bad day. It runs way deeper than that. What if I told you there are 3 invisible levels of emotional spending, and most people are trapped in at least one? Without even realizing it, these aren't just spending habits. They're coping mechanisms, emotional survival tools. Let's break them down. Level 1, spending for relief. This one's the most common and the easiest to miss. You're stressed, overwhelmed, or emotionally drained. So you buy something, not because you need it, but because you need a break from reality. A small dopamine hit, a micro escape. You tell yourself you earned it. But afterwards, the same problems are still there, along with a little more guilt. Level 2, spending for identity. This is where things get personal. Now you're not just buying for relief. You're buying to prove something to others and to yourself, that you made it, that you belong, that you're no longer that broke, insecure version of you from years ago. But here's the problem. Every purchase becomes a performance, a mask. And the more you curate this image of success, the more disconnected you feel from who you really are and what you actually need. Your worth becomes entangled with your wardrobe, your car, your feed. Level 3, spending from a wounded financial identity. This one cuts deep. It's not about what you buy, but why you can't stop sabotaging yourself financially. It's the part of you that believes you don't truly deserve to have money. That voice from childhood that whispers, "We're not like them. People like us don't get ahead." So even when things are going well, you create chaos, overspend, undersave, push money away the moment it arrives. Because deep down, part of you believes that wealth and emotional safety were never meant for you. You see, it was never just about bad spending habits. It was always about unhealed patterns pretending to be personality. And now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. So, why do we do this? Why do smart, self-aware people keep repeating the same patterns with money? Overspending, overcompensating, overattaching. Because your brain isn't wired for wealth. It's wired for safety. And somewhere deep inside you, your mind still believes that money equals survival. Emotional, social, even romantic. So every money decision you make isn't just about dollars. It's about identity, memory, emotion. When you were younger, you might have learned that being broke meant being unlovable or invisible. You might have grown up watching money cause tension, fear, even shame. And when those emotional imprints aren't healed, they run the show without you even knowing it. Your subconscious drives the car while you sit in the passenger seat wondering why you keep crashing. It's not because you're bad with money. It's because somewhere inside, money became something emotional instead of something practical. Until you make that connection, nothing really changes. More income just means a more expensive version of the same emotional chaos. The hardest truth I've ever faced about money is this: it was never really about money. It was about the pain I was trying to hide, the silence I was trying to fill, the version of me I was trying to prove wrong. I thought each win would silence the fear. Each deposit would kill the doubt. Each success would finally make me feel enough. But the truth, money never erased the shame. It only dressed it up in nicer clothes. I wasn't really buying things. I was buying moments of emotional permission. Permission to feel worthy, to feel seen. But anything you need to buy in order to feel valuable isn't real self-worth. It's rented validation. And it always expires. That's when I realized I'd spent years chasing numbers, when what I really wanted was peace. Not luxury, not more. Just peace. And peace doesn't come from your net worth. It comes from knowing you're worthy with or without the money, that you don't need to prove your value. You just need to remember it. Real healing doesn't start with a budget. It starts with a mirror, not the kind that shows how you look, but the kind that reveals what you believe about money, success, and yourself. When you stop chasing money to fix your identity and start using it to reflect your values, everything shifts. You stop spending to feel something and start spending from a sense of wholeness. You stop proving and start choosing. Because here's the truth no one teaches. Money is not meant to complete you. It's meant to support the version of you that's already complete. And when you shift your spending from compensation to connection, from reaction to intention, you're no longer escaping your life. You're building it. And for the first time, you can breathe, not because everything is perfect, but because you feel enough, finally. Remember how we started? Asking why more money seems to make you feel more empty? Now you know. It was never about how much you earned. It was about what you thought money could fix inside you. And if you stayed with me this far, you're not like most people. You've faced something most avoid their whole lives. That's power. That's growth. So if this video stirred something in you, if it made you breathe or cry or just think differently for once, don't let it fade. Like this video. Subscribe to this channel. Not just for more content, but to keep choosing awareness over autopilot, self-respect over self-escape. You deserve peace. And it starts with truth right here, right now, with you.